Now, we have already seen that a special rule of combatant immunity survives the prohibition of aggressive war. But since combatant immunity extends to all members of state armed forces, it would seem to protect senior military leaders from prosecution by victim states under their national criminal law for acts that do not violate international law. Its invocation would protect military leaders as well as ordinary soldiers, which is also the wrong result. It is possible, then, that the tribunal felt that the best way to hold leaders individually criminally responsible for making aggressive war without holding soldiers individually criminally responsible for waging aggressive war was to create an international crime of aggression that only leaders can commit. So while the prohibition of war did not in itself entail individual legal obligations or individual criminal responsibility under international law, it created the context in which the latter seemed the best way to vindicate the former. As we have discussed, it is hard to identify a principled reason to exclude ordinary soldiers from criminal liability for executing, assisting, or contributing to the crime of aggression. At the same time, the idea of punishing leaders for the crime of aggression was already a major innovation. Punishing ordinary soldiers might have seemed like too much too soon. 5. Conclusion. In this chapter, I have argued that the prohibition of aggressive war and interstate force transformed the law of armed conflict, its enforcement, and its relationship with other bodies of law. The transformation is not complete. Notably, human rights law still imposes obligations on states alone, not on individual state agents. International criminal law imposes no liability, primary or derivative, on ordinary soldiers for the crime of aggression. Nevertheless, international law today resembles the reductive individualism of just war revisionists more closely than the conventionalist collectivism of just war traditionalists. If this view prevails and the War Convention adapts, lawyers and philosophers alike can more fruitfully study the pattern as a whole and search for its deepest reasons.